But let's go with England manager Thomas Tuchel. He sat down with Adrian Durham, Stuart Pearce, for an exclusive chat with talkSPORT at St George's Park. Here's what he had to say about the Three Lions midfielder Jude Bellingham.
I don't want to dim this down. I don't want to he should play with this kind of fire. That's his strength. But the fire comes also with some attributes that are that can intimidate you. Maybe even as a teammate. Maybe and that you see sometimes the explosion towards referees and the anger in his game. So if he can channel this in the right way and we can help him in this, then for sure he has the something that we need, and he has a certain edge that is hard to find.
However, I do have friends who are England fans as well who think we're better off without him. There is I personally can't see that.
I struggle to see that. I think it has to be the other way around, how we can have the best version of him and the best acceptance, and that people understand what he's bringing to us and that he's bringing a certain edge. But I see that it can create mixed emotions. I see this with my parents, with my mom, that she sometimes cannot see the nice and well-educated and well-behaved guy that I see, and the smile in him. Like if he smiles, he wins everyone. But sometimes you see the rage, you see the hunger and the rage and the fire, and it comes out in a way that can be like a bit repulsive. For example, for my mother, when she sits in front of the TV, I see that. But in general, we are very happy to have him. He's a special boy.
It's called him, basically his mum called him repulsive.
Well, I think there's an element of both. I heard that, and I think that we need to be very careful about how we air this. The repulsive is a word that's used to describe someone that's repulsive, right? We don't know what the word means, but in a it could be lost in translation, which I think it is. He's 21, and he has shortcomings as a young player. That's natural. You see that. You're not going to be the mature footballer that you should be at 26, 27. He has got some learning to do, but he's got all the raw materials.
Why do we want to take that out of his game? I hate these people who want to take it out of his game. I remember when people were doing it with Rooney. Oh, we got to take it out of his game. It's gonna, he's gonna get sent off. All right, we might get sent off, but I tell you what, I want that player in my team. He's gonna run for a brick wall. He's gonna work hard. He's gonna fight. He's gonna show passion. He's gonna give us desire, intensity, leadership. He's not going to take poor standards in a dressing room. Give me that player all day over a soft-hearted player who's a nice Mr. Nice guy, wants to shake people's hands after a game.
I totally agree. But at 21, there's an immaturity about how you deal with that, right? And he used the two words, there's an edge to him. That's what he used. And he wants to hit, again, another word he used, to channel it. So there's going to be a time where he has to harness the good parts of that, where he can still be that dominating midfielder, that the player that's going to take responsibility in the middle of the park, but not get red cards that we saw in vital moments, in vital games. That red card against Argentina for Beckham was probably, arguably, the making of him. Because you think about what he come back to England, right? The effigies. It was well documented, right?
Yeah.
And you think about the player he matured into. Rooney, another one. Yeah, he still had the edge about him, but that was what made him the type of player he is. I think there's an element of that about Bellingham.
I preferred Rooney when he was 17.
Yeah, but there was a loose cannon. We still want.
That's what excites me.
Yeah, but I know. But
Sergio Ramos
you got a red card against Portugal, Jay.
All right, well,
I know, but that's the point I'm making. You can't get red cards against Portugal in big games. You can't get red cards against Argentina in big games. Well, I think the fear is we might be seeing history repeat itself. With Bellingham, there's that fire which we all love, but harness. And his words,
Zidane headbutted someone in the World Cup final.
Of course.
Sergio Ramos got sent off pretty much every week. He done like Pepe.
I'm not saying
giving them players all day.
Right. What I'm saying is those red cards cost France the World Cup. Do you know? I'm just saying. Let's make sure we get the best of Bellingham and not suffer in big games those little moments. I wouldn't take anything away from Bellingham's game, but he used the word edge and channel, and I totally agree with both those. There's an edge we want to keep. but channel it in the right direction.
Okay, you can have your son Bellingham. I don't know. Is there any player? Is anyone out there? Adrian said that someone says we're better off without him. I've not spoke to anyone.
No, I've not. There's no one out there that says we're better off without Bellingham.
Yeah,
give your head a wobble.
Yeah, that's give your head a wobble. Massive.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.